So I'm going to make another video today from the back of Whetstone High School to the park and the pond on the other side of those trees. It's going to be pretty similar to last week's. We're actually going to go a little further and check out the playground as well. So starting point is the school once again. And our destination will really be, I guess, the playground on the other side of the park. But let's get started. Make our left turn. We're headed up to the street. When we get there, we're going to need to turn right to get to the park. So we'll stand there for a minute. Like always, I'm going to pay attention to traffic. I'm going to say the three things we do at the intersection. We've already done the first one. We stop and we look all directions, which is today right, forward, and back. We don't see any cars. Then we listen. No cars in the area. All quiet. We make our crossing. But this is one of my favorite walks on mobility, especially this time of year. It's very pretty, going under some trees, have a lot to look at. Now we're to our second crossing, and we talked about this last week. It actually isn't a street, it's a parking lot for the school, mostly where the students cross, but because it's so big, we treat it like an intersection. And right now there are no students in class, so it's not too busy, but most certainly is during the school year, or when kids are at school. Anyway, once again we've stopped, we're looking every direction, and we're listening. We don't see our hair cars. We're gonna make our crossing. Now we find the path. We're turning right, and we're gonna follow this trail. But first, we need to get our landmark. We're using the same one we did last time, and this is a great landmark. It is the only pole in the area that's black with a yellow stripe, and we're gonna walk into it every time. We're never gonna miss it because it's right in the middle of the path. So it's unique, it's gonna be there pretty much forever, and it's gonna be noticed every time. We also talked about the yield sign a little bit last week, and you can use that too, but either one of them. And the school is to our left. So when we get back here on the way back, really the only place we have to remember, we turn left. If I zoom in, we can see the school. It's kind of hard to see otherwise, but we won't need to remember a landmark after we make our left turn because we'll see the school. But we're back to our path. Now we basically just follow this path until we get to the pond and eventually the playground. But once again, we want to remember as many things as we can. So I'm going to try to zoom in this week. I didn't do a good job of that last week. But there's the tennis courts. Behind that, you may even see that's part of the football field. I think it's a practice football field, but nonetheless. So of things we can remember so far, we have tennis, we have football, we also have maybe our street crossings, the pole that's black and yellow. Coming up, we got our baseball field on the right. Again, without being in person, it's kind of hard to tell what it is. I'll zoom in a little bit. Another good thing to remember. We're back at it. We got our cut-through path to the neighborhood, also something maybe to remember. And we do have houses all to the left as we do this walk. This is probably the only place with all the trees that you can really see the houses a little bit. But we're going to continue. Still baseball field on our right. Houses to the left. And we'll follow the path. We've had a little bit of rain, actually quite a lot of rain the last couple days. So that dotted line that goes around the park that we thought maybe for a run, it's still here, but it's not as easy to see as it was. But anyway, something different on the right. It's not baseball anymore. Hopefully that will help you figure it out. Well, there is a little softball field over here. I don't think it's used. It's definitely used for soccer. But we carry on. We're getting close. Really nice day to be out here doing this. Our dotted line curves around the field over there. So again, maybe for a race, maybe for something else. To our intersecting pathway. We don't have to be overly worried, but people do run and ride bikes. So a quick look, make sure no one's coming. Then we cross, and look where we are. My favorite part of the walk, which is the pond. And you can probably hear, I believe those were the geese making the sounds. There are ducks over there as well. I think you put that on your list last week. Definitely something good for the list. A lot of wildlife out today. Once in a while you even see a fish in here, but doesn't look to be the case. Little, I guess we could call that a picnic area here as well. And there's ducks and geese. Anyway, we're gonna continue walking. We're gonna find that playground. We're going, making good progress. This is about as far as we made it last week. We're gonna do a little further this week though. So last week we just zoomed in, kind of looked at the park. This time we're going to walk to it, but we've got a couple choices. We can either walk straight to it, or we walk forward and turn left. Straight to it would be a little quicker, but I don't generally like that idea because you're walking through a parking lot, and those can be dangerous. People, especially when they're backing up, they can't see very well. So we're going to go the safe way and walk around the parking lot. We get around the parking lot, we turn left, and we're going to keep walking. I'm going to fast forward just a little. We continue on our path. I'm not going to play on the playground, so I'm not going to get super close, but there it is on the right. There's that big slide that's sticking up. Anyway, now we got to get back. So we didn't really pick a landmark for our first one after that last turn, but I can remember the pond. I know we have to cross the pond to get back. So we're going to head that direction. We're back to the edge of the parking lot. Got the picnic area ahead, but we got to make a right. Walk up to the pond crossing. And here we go. There's the pond. Gonna get across that. Gonna pay attention, make sure no one's coming on our intersecting pathway. And we're just gonna travel. Because I want to get all this video on one YouTube video and not two, I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit, just a sec. So we're still heading back. Basically passing the soccer fields next. We go through this little break in the trees. We should have our baseball fields on our left next. Because the houses were on our left earlier, they are now to the right. And there it is. Baseball field where it ever was, just to our left. And we're just gonna keep on moving. We're going through our last little break. The field's finished. Coming through the trees. And we're getting close to where the path ends. Once again, we should be able to remember we have a very unique landmark. And there it is. Black pole with yellow stripes and the yield sign. But we know we turn left and we go until we actually walk into the school, or at least see the school. We gotta look, listen for cars. We don't see or hear anything. We've already stopped. We're gonna cross. And we're gonna just skip forward a little bit. Now we're coming up to our last crossing. We can already see the school, so we know our destination. We just have to get there safely. So we stop, look, all directions. No one coming. I don't hear any cars. So we cross. We make our left turn. And we are just about there. Follow the path. And as you pointed out last time, we're looking for blue doors. So we turn right. And there they are. Appreciate you watching. Thank you.